Hi everybody, welcome to another video. So today we're going to talk about goal setting. What I wanted to do in this video was talk to you a little bit about how we set goals within our property development company. So it's really important to look at goal setting in the sense of short, medium and long term. And what we did was we really thought about the why were we setting these goals, what were our reasons for committing all this time, energy, money? What did we want our outcomes to be? So let me tell you a little bit about our short-term goals. So in terms of our short-term goals, we think about 1, 2, 3 years in that sense. So we decided that we wanted to help my husband at the time quit his job. He wanted to leave his job. He wanted to concentrate on the property business full time. And what that did in turn is, because we were spending an awful lot of time in our evenings and weekends working on the business, that would then free me up to actually be able to concentrate on my day job, which is I worked in sales in the pharmaceutical industry. Absolutely, I've always loved my job, had no intention of quitting my job because I actually enjoyed it. So we decided to do something a little bit different, where he would quit the job, he would work on the property business full time, but we would work together in our evenings and weekends until we got to that goal. So that was our short term goal. Our medium term goal was we were early on in our relationship, we wanted to start a family in the near future. Again, my job was long hours. It involved a lot of traveling. It involved a lot of nights away. So we decided that if my ex-husband was able to give up his job, he could therefore be the full-time carer of the children, which again gave me the opportunity to stay and work doing what I loved. So some people go into property developing because they want to quit their jobs. For me, it was the absolute opposite. It was giving me an additional income. It was giving us as a family an additional income so that my husband could give up work, so that I could carry on doing the job I love. So that was our medium term. The other thing as well was I was on a management succession program within the company I was working for at the time, but my heart really wasn't in it. I knew that the way to go up the corporate ladder and increase my income was to climb up the management ladder. But in my heart, I really enjoyed doing what I was doing. So what we actually figured out is that by buying 1 or 2 houses, the income from the properties would actually give me exactly the same income as taking a management job. But instead of actually having to increase my hours, increase my workload, increase my responsibility, we decided that buying property and actually staying in the role that I really enjoyed was the way forward for us. So that was a decision we made. So from a long-term perspective, it may seem a long way off to think this far ahead, but for us it was quite important. My grandparents got really bad dementia. They both went into a home. They were both on a state pension, so they didn't have much money. They couldn't stay in the house that they'd lived in for many, many years. They couldn't afford carers. And actually spending the last few years with those, they brought me up. They were a wonderful, wonderful people. And just seeing them live their last days in a state-run care home, it made me actually think, if I could create a passive income that would allow me to stay in my family home, that could pay for carers, or put me in one of the top-notch care homes in the country. If I got sick, I wouldn't be a burden to my family, I wouldn't be a burden to anyone else, but that money would be there coming through. And it sounds really weird because we made this decision when we were 25. So that is a very, very long term goal. But what investing in property does is, even though you're doing it at the age of 25, it gives you that lifelong passive income and cash flow forever. And if property prices go up, if rents go up, then that's a great thing. But even if you invest and nothing changes in that time, if you invest for cash flow, You will always have that income. So you've got money to support you during your pension or instead of a pension. Some people choose to do it instead of a pension because it gives you that passive income. So I hope that was really useful for you. Thank you so much for listening. But yeah, the purpose of that video was just to share a little bit about us and why we decided to do this. Thank you very much for watching.